You remember when we were talking in our introductory class, I talked about Sigmund Freud, who is known as the father of the psychoanalytical studies. That is also a part of our chapter. We will talk about it in the latter half of the book. So we need to understand that Sigmund Freud is arguably one of the most misogynistic psychologists of all time. A lot of people absolutely hate him and call him weird. And why? Because he has attributed a sexual dimension to pretty much everything. It's blasphemous, it's scandalous, and it's highly controversial. But one of his biggest contribution is helping us understand the layers of our mind, unconscious, subconscious, and conscious mind. That is the greatest contribution. And then he had come up with the theory of interpreting dreams. Okay, so that case study is very prominent, where he tried to help people understand that what you see in dream is not irrelevant. Like, why does a particular dream occur to you, and why does it occur to you over and over? So that is actually, everything is basically a game about your unconscious taking over your conscious. Sometimes your subconscious taking over your unconscious. So this keeps happening. I don't know whether anybody around you like talks in sleep, but I have heard people, and they would sometimes just call me by the wrong name, and sometimes I have seen them blabbering, which is not exactly abnormal, but it means that the layers of their brain is kind of interacting in an abnormal way, right? When they are unconscious, but they are not entirely unconscious because they are speaking also. That is also another kind of abnormality that we deal with. Another thing that Sigmund Freud talks about is Oedipus complex. If I have to put it neatly the way it is, in simple what it means, he says that a male child is sexually attracted to the parent of the opposite gender, and that is the mother. And that is why a male child would always look at father as a figure to be eliminated. And as he grows, the child understands that this is not done, this is not morally upright. So that is why this is called the theory of projection. He would try to rip himself away from the maternal affection and would try to find a replication of his mother only in the woman that he would eventually fall in love with. This is called Oedipal complex. There is something called Electra complex, that is basically about the relationship between the female child and the father. The same kind of relationship has been explored, but not to that intensity, and not to that intensity had it been challenged also. This is what Oedipal complex is. And the story is basically coming from a Greek story of Oedipus, wherein it so conspired that a child ended up marrying his own mother. So it so happened that that he was not living with his family for a long time, and then he fought with another king, and the condition was that he would marry the queen of the king that he is going to defeat. He ended up realizing that he had defeated his own father, and the mother hence became his wife. The moment he realized that I had married my own mother, he made himself blind in guilt. Okay, that is the mythological Greek story behind it, and from there the name Oedipus complex has come in. Okay, so this is also something that we will be talking about, and we'll talk about the dream theory. We'll talk about the consciousness level of the mind to a great extent. Okay, now we are going to look at some other concepts also. I talked about Oedipus complex exclusively because I didn't mention it here. We are going to start with schizophrenia. What do you think the term means?